Don't get me wrong, I love Nintendo. In my opinion, they're the company that is the most pure form of gaming fun. But let's be honest, they've made a bad decision or two. Or 5. Muso Games presents the top 5 Nintendo mistakes. Starting off our list, we have a very biased decision by me, the original DS design. Listen, I absolutely love the DS as a system, but I 100% hate, and I mean hate, the way it was originally designed. It is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen in my entire life. My god, I hate this stupid thing. I can't even explain why I hate it so much, I just do. It makes me physically angry to even look at it. And I know how ridiculous that sounds, and I understand people like this design, but wait, what am I talking about? No, I don't. I don't understand at all. This thing is atrocious. And I'm not talking about that it looks dated now. I hated it back then. I remember my mom asked me if I wanted a DS for my birthday or Christmas or whatever, and I said, not a chance in hell, mother. I mean, not those exact words, but my friends had it, I didn't care, I hated it. I've never owned one, and I will never own one. It's terrible. The DS Lite came out and it was sleek and beautiful, and I played that thing like nobody's business, but this original pile of garbage, I hate it so much. I'm already angry in this video. Moving on. At number 4, we have the Virtual Boy. Everyone has talked about this thing to death, but if somehow you don't know, this was Nintendo's attempt at virtual reality. And I literally just did air quotes when I said virtual reality, but I guess you couldn't see that because it's just audio. Anyway, it was 3D and cutting edge, I guess, for the time. So why did it fail? Well, first of all, it only showed one color. Red. Yeah, that's nice. Red with a black background. How appealing. Second of all, it would cause eye strain and headaches. Oh, great! These games are ugly and make me sick? Wow. Sign me up. Thank you, Nintendo. Said no one ever. And last but certainly not least, they only made 14 games for this. 14! That's it. I mean, thank God. I mean, just forget about this thing's existence. It sucks. Don't even talk about it. Sliding in at number 3, we have Nintendo's lack for online multiplayer. Okay, look. I know you can play online with Splatoon and Smash Bros. And other games. I mean, I still play Animal Crossing New Leaf with my girlfriend online and other stuff like that. We'll visit each other's towns and all that stuff, and it's great. But we have to call each other to talk to each other while we play. I mean, that's stupid. Why can't we have game chat? I know the 3DS is a handheld, but there's not even game chat on the Wii U, except for like in the menus of Smash Bros. Or something. Why even sell a headset? It doesn't make any sense. I understand that some people don't like voice chat. I mean, I'm with you guys on that. Most of the time. But other times, you want to be able to talk to each other, especially in team-based games like Splatoon. If you want to mute the annoying kids calling you a pussy, I mean, then do that. I'd do that too. But Nintendo should just put in a mute button option, like every other game ever has. But at least give people, the option. You can have everybody play together, but you can't have everybody talk to each other? Makes no sense. No sense. At number 2, we have the Wii U Name. Let me make sure I make that very clear. The Wii U Name. I love the Wii U. I think it's an amazing system with amazing games. Pure gaming fun at its finest. But the name honestly confused non-gamers, and still does, including parents that buy these systems for their kids. Not really a group of people you want to confuse. If they would have just called it anything else, and I mean anything, it would have sold better, without a doubt. You could argue and say, well, you don't know that. The real problem was the big-ass controller. No, it was the name. We even got confirmation of that when an employee went on a podcast and said that Shigeru Miyamoto admitted himself that the Wii U name may have hurt sales. Of course it did. Don't confuse your market. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the system itself isn't a mistake. I think it's great. But the name, you maybe should have had another company meeting. And finally, at number 1, creating the PlayStation. I just heard everyone who doesn't know this story freeze and say, what the hell is this stupid asshole talking about? But it's true. So let me take you back to 1991 at the Consumer Electronics Show. Nintendo had been in talks with Sony for a little while to create a CD-ROM add-on for the Super Nintendo. Sony agreed, and the system add-on was made. It was codenamed the Dolphin, later named the Game Player, but there's a third name it went by. The PlayStation. That's right. The PlayStation was originally an add-on to a Nintendo console. The thing was that Sony instead made it an all-in-one system that plays Super Nintendo cartridges and CD-ROMs, so not really an add-on. I mean, maybe that's not what Nintendo wanted and they were mad or something? I mean, who knows? I wasn't there. I wasn't even alive. But anyway, Sony announces this system, everyone loses their shit. An incredible tech company like Sony diving into the gaming market? How amazing! And with Nintendo, how amazing-er. Is that a word? No, it's not. Then the next day rolls around. And what does Nintendo do? They announce that they've actually partnered with Philips to produce the add-on. So Sony is left standing there with egg on their face looking like a bunch of lying assholes. Nintendo didn't tell them any of this. So what Sony does is what any of us would do. They go back to the company headquarters and they say, screw those guys. We've made a killer system here and we don't need them. They remove the Super Nintendo cartridge slot, redesign the machine, and come out with the beloved original PlayStation. Now at this point, Sony doesn't know anything about games. Seriously. But there is one thing they have. A lot of money. So they hire killer game developers and make some classic video game franchises, some of which are still alive to this day. So if you're ever at home enjoying your PS4 or PS3 or PS2 or PS1 or PS50 if you watch this video in 100 years, just remember, you have Nintendo to thank for it. Nintendo never did come out with a CD-ROM add-on. Instead, they just allowed Philips to use Nintendo franchise characters on their own system, the Philips CDI. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know how much that thing fucking sucks. Anyway, Nintendo, you created one of your biggest competitors. Well done. Then again, without the NES, maybe we wouldn't even have video games like we do today. So in a sense, maybe they created all of their competitors. This one was just created directly by them. And that was their biggest mistake of all time. Anyway guys, if you like this video, maybe you'll like this one. Top 10 games that slap fans in the face. Or maybe even this one. Top 10 worst controllers. I've linked both of those below for your viewing pleasure. But enough about me, tell me what you think. What are some of Nintendo's biggest mistakes? Comment below and we'll start up a conversation. It'll be wonderful. If you enjoyed this video at all, then please give it a like and maybe share it with some friends because it really helps out my channel and really helps out me. And I know that you want to do that because you're a friend and I love your face. Of course, the best thing you can do is subscribe because I post frequently and my videos will continue to improve. I promise. Well, I mean, I hope so. I don't really know. They'll probably get worse. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, great. A plane. That's nice. Oh. Wants to be in the video. Awesome.